right? It's like how I felt with Oprah. Like, you really want them to like you. And you're like, so what do I say so they like me? Like, what do I want to sound normal. I don't want to sound like I'm fanning out, like, but I kind of am. So, you play that story. We all have those people that we love and that, you run into, and you just want to make sure that it's the perfect scenario.
Yeah, because you're like, when will I ever meet Oprah again? Possibly never.
Yeah. What about you? What was like a person that you met along your journey that you kind of had that whole thought process?
So not in this journey here, but like I've met, because I'm just a huge fan. So I put myself in the situation to go to a Cher concert like in Las Vegas and then like do like a meet and greet. So like I've met Cher like 4 times and it's just always like, I know.
So what happened?
Listen, it's just, and I'm not like, I'm like you. It's like everyone's a human being. Like the more people you meet, you're like, you just relate to someone on a human level. But then there are people like Cher.
Yeah, that you really wanted to go well, right?
You know what? She's Cher. Like, it's just, I know that sounds crazy, like, but just what you think, like,
Yeah. Yeah, you think of that when you think of Cher, you don't just think like person Cher. You think like Bob Mackie. You think like Simon and Cher. You think performance. You think it's like the whole thing is Cher, right? For me, it's like Oprah. I think like, and I've met her and I was on her show and all that, and a lot.
is that when you met Oprah because you were on her show? Or did you
I
meet her?
I met her several times. But I did, yeah, I met her several times. I was on her show. After we did our segment, I sat with her in the audience, and I remember Clint Black performed, and like I was sweating, by the way. I'm sitting next to Oprah and I'm sweating because she's sitting next to me. And you know how she would do in the show, like how she would get into it and like sing, and like she didn't always know the words, but she would try. And she held my hand. She grabbed my hand, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my hand is totally sweating, and Oprah's holding my hand and trying to sing to Clint Black. Like, I should totally sing too. And then I remember one time at a fashion show, it was like Vera Wang in New York, and I was in the front row on one side, and she was in the front row on the other side. So I'm thinking, we're both sitting in the front row. So I'm going to go say hi. So I start going around, and her bodyguard stops me and was like, sorry, like, can't come say hi. And I literally took the walk of shame back to my front row seat at the Vera Wang show. That was a downer for me.
How did the bodyguard know that you were coming to her? Like maybe you were just going somewhere else.
I probably said, it's like I probably was like, I just want to say hi to Oprah. Like I was just on her show, or I don't know what I was going to say, but I think I probably told him. You know how they say, don't say, just do. I probably shouldn't have said. I should have just like walked over.
Oh my God, that's so funny. You could have just like waved from across and been like, it's me. Like, remember I was on your show?
Out of the 5,000 people that's been on her show, or more, probably 30, I don't know.
Where did you meet her for the first time? Was it on the show?
Gosh, I think it may be on the show. And then I did after the show. I mean, when I was on her show, I actually went on, she shot Mario and I's wedding. And we were supposed to go on. We went on before to talk about things, and then they shot the wedding, and then I found out everything like literally 5 days after. And then she wanted us to go on after to give away a wedding to a couple, right? So then I have to make the call to say, like, everything is like, it's crashing and burning over here. Like, I can't, I'm filing for an annulment, like 5 days, it's horrible. So that's kind of how I got it out in the press, I think, because I had to call Oprah and say, we can't go on the show.
So you were like, you were on because she like, your wedding was on Oprah? I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It didn't air, but she was there filming it. Yeah.
Wow. And then you were supposed to go back and just be like a happy, newly married person?
And giving away a dream wedding to another couple, like to a couple, like a giveaway to a couple. So we were going to do that. And that's when, we obviously didn't. So I let her down.
Did you call Oprah directly? Like, how does that work?
I was such in like a mess and literally finding out things every single day. So I think my manager called the producer. I think it was like Sherry Salata at the time.
And did Oprah ever call you and just say, I'm so sorry to hear this? Nothing like that.
No, she did come back. We did shoot, and after what is it called? Where are they? We did a Where Are They Now? Like, she did it with certain people. So we did shoot that at my house after. And funny thing is, she actually has my husband's film and is about to watch it. And we sent her the copy. And so hopefully I'll get to see her again and tell her where I am now.
Wow. Were you like so nervous, not even just to call Oprah, but just to like make this announcement? Like, were you like aware at that point of, like the media and how the media is and just.
No, that was like the least. I was literally, I wasn't even concerned. I mean, I cared more about disappointing Oprah and that couple. Like, how is they going to scramble up from a production standpoint to find somebody else or whatever? But those moments like that, it was like a death. I found out that everything I knew to be true was not, and that there was not like one girl. There was lots of girls over 6 years that I didn't know about. And then I looked at myself, like, what in me chose him, and what in me didn't see what was going on. I even looked at myself in the whole situation. So that was another like life-changing moment. I mean, it changed who I am as a human being, as a woman, like to the core of my being, and forced me to walk through my life in a completely different way, removing all blinders. I felt like before I kind of had the blinders are things I knew to be good for me. I would just kind of like, oh, but no, everybody else is posing sexy on the cover of Maxim and FHM, but really that wasn't who I was, but I was doing it because that's what I was told I should do. And, after that I was like, I am doing me now. Like, no more of this, like nothing. Like, blinders are off. I am fully aware of what's going on. I am not making another mistake. I am going to move on from this in the most positive, most amazing way. I did have a period, like 3 months, where it was horrible. I basically, like, I think ate cantaloupe and smoked cigarettes on the back porch for like a month and lost like 13 pounds. I don't know. Like, I was like deep. And then I started really doing that work, that inner work. And it was the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And like, you really think that like you see like a defining moment of like.
It was like a forced reshape on me. Like, it's not what I chose. I just remember, like, even after it, the only thing I could describe it as was like, it was like a death, because everything you thought, and every woman can relate to this, like, you're with somebody for a long period of time and you have dreams of what your life is going to be together. And all of that is then like gone, like in a second, right? So then it's like every place you then go, you're mourning that, or you're having memories of that, or everything you thought you would have, whether it's the kids or the this or the that. Like, that's how I felt in that moment. Like, it was heavy, right? But looking back on that today, I'm not kidding you. And even very shortly after, I got it. It was just hard. I mean, I was with somebody for 6 years, but looking back, I honestly don't think, I think it was easy. I think I dated him for a long time, and the next thing you do, and at that age, everybody's kind of, at my age was early 30s. It's like, you're together for 6 years. The next step obviously is to get married. But I do remember saying to a lot of my friends, like, I don't know if I know. Like, how do you really know? Like, people always say, like, when you know, you know. I didn't know what that meant. I had never felt that, right?